You ever sit in your history class and wonder why in the world your teacher makes you learn all these names, places, facts, and dates? Me too. In this episode, we're going to answer that age-old question of why do I need to know history? In San Francisco's Portman Square, history is everywhere you turn. In 1847, the very first public school was erected right here in Portman Square. In 1848, an even more momentous thing happened. A guy by the name of Sam Brannan ran in with a bag of gold and said, "There's gold in them there hills," ushering in the California gold rush. And in 1848, the very first American flag in California was raised right here in Portman Square. Today, though, it's the people of San Francisco that redefine what Portman Square is all about. In particular, this is now the heart of Chinatown. So it's really easy to connect the historical dots in a place like Portman Square. But when you're at home and your teacher asks you to read 50 pages in your textbook, take notes, and write an essay by Friday, that's not exactly awe-inspiring history. In fact, you probably ask yourselves a lot, why do we need to learn this at all? That's exactly the question that we asked our amazing U.S. history teachers.
I really feel like history is, it's just a powerful explanation for where I'm at. It's kind of like, if you had no eyes, you wouldn't know what's around you. Well, if you have no sense of history, you don't really know where you are at in time.
You read the newspaper, you got to understand where you came from if you're going to understand where you are and where you're going to go. There's no way around it.
I sort of meet older people and they say to me, I really like history at school and I wish I'd sort of listen more and, that kind of thing. And I think you can sort of see other people and relevances to the 21st century and to the world that you live in the past.
How can you pick up the paper and not think about U.S. history? Barack Obama is running for president. We've got a black man running for president. How is that not connected to U.S. history, the most racist country in the history of the world, and we've got a black guy running for president? If you don't see the connection there, put your fingers in a socket.
So I find it to be something that's fun. I find it to be something interesting. I also find it to be something that's real serious. Right now we have a war going on. I'm not so much concerned on what side of the war you're on or what's your position. I'm concerned, do you have information and you know about the war to make an informed decision? When people don't have that information, it scares me. So I like history because it kind of gives you context.
We're just teaching skills about, how to make arguments, how to be clear, how to interpret readings, If you want to read something advanced and know what it's all about, you got to be able to interpret texts. So we do all that stuff in history.
I love to start history courses by asking a simple question, which is, how did we get here? It's all around us. You can't get away from history. It's who we are. It is the warp and woof of our being. I don't think you can separate history from politics. I don't think you can separate it from economics. And especially in the United States, which is such an interesting country and such a mess at the same time.
So I agree with those guys. Connecting the past to the present, that's what history's all about for me as well. We've got a lot of big decisions to make in this country and we need your help. So you need to know the past in order to make a better future for our country. In the end though, there's one important thing you got to remember more than anything else. It's better to make history than be history. See ya.